part. For example,
Don't you
I am
want
not
a
a fitness.
And gotta get the picture up.
Influencer Fight League, which is an influencer fight league, it's exactly what it sounds like, has invited me to a few of their events to go and attend the event, enjoy it. But this event, they literally made me like a card to share so that I could promote that I was to be there, okay? To the point that some of my followers thought I was fighting. I love that my followers thought I would fight in a gown. Incredible. But my point is that it's not uncommon to promote that creators are going to be there. So the main video that I've seen posted around from Zoo Culture opening, we have Bradley Martin, who is the one who I think owns Zoo Culture, and he's the one that's seen in the video in the hat, the big guy. And then there's a woman named Sarah, who I think is just an influencer who like does a lot of work with Bradley. And then a camera guy of sorts, okay, who's yelling, if you are not an influencer, you've got to go in 30 minutes. And then they're like, no, they need to go now.
Everyone listen! Yo, there's a bunch of people outside. Everyone that's in here needs to leave in 30 minutes, please. Go. How do we get out? No! Everyone, if you're not an influencer, you guys gotta go out the door.
This is why I'll never do this big gym type of clout chasing shit. I can never do it.
Now, Bradley then made this video. We got to address what happened at the Zoo Culture grand opening.
You were there, Steiny. Yeah. There was tons and tons of people, like thousands of people. I don't know how many inside, 300, 400, 500. Thousands, I don't know how many outside. Pressed up against the door, which is broken now, which we're fixing. But, long story short, there's a clip on the internet that looks like we're saying, if you're not an influencer, get the fuck out, which is exactly what was said, but taken out of context. So, I want to make this really clear. Before this event, for like the last month, I posted, and I had flyers made of all these people who are coming to show up to like, you know, say they're coming to the gym so people would come from all over to see them. And this gym was very rushed. For sure, it was last minute to get this done. We didn't have proper planning of the whole thing. We didn't consider like, oh, maybe we should have had like time on, and that people knew they had to leave. We were just like, yo, have everyone come. We got a bunch of free food. You come to the gym for free. Meet these people you like, and that's it. Now, the problem was, when we stood up there, we said, oh, the influencers, if you're not an influencer, get the fuck out. So everyone else who came to visit. The problem was, what I meant was, everyone that I invited stay so everyone else could leave so that we could bring more people into the gym. So that's exactly what happened. And then the internet likes to like make everything about some negativity as if like we don't want regular people or non-influencers to work out.
Shit, but I don't care.
What was said was, if you're not an influencer, get the fuck out, which is exactly what was said, but it's taken out of context. And then he goes on to explain that no, it wasn't taken out of context, basically. They said the wrong word. They were trying to say if you're not an invited guest, you need to leave so that other people can come in and meet the invited guests, which is what you should have
to like
said.
layer this right, but I don't think I am doing that.
Of sorts. The problem
This is
with
not my
Tanagon is that
medium,
obviously
but
there was a schedule, there was a meet-up event. It's not like there was like stalls at a fair that you go to and then you go through once everything and then you're out. There was a schedule that people had to adhere to, and it just didn't work out. The venue was too small, sold too many tickets. Okay, there was no tickets sold to this one. It doesn't seem like they just. Poor planning. That's what they were trying to do here, is get people to willingly leave so they could bring more people in and keep the people outside happy because they're already pissed, and kind of keep the crowd moving so meet everyone in one go. But this is, again, giant room, not enough crowd control, if any. I do know the number from Fusion because they did a follow-up video explaining the numbers. I have no idea what they had at this event. It looks like they had a bunch of camera people, if that, and then maybe one security guard, if even that. Maybe a couple employees. But at the end of the day, it was very clear there was not enough planning and crowd control, and they did not plan for any of this. Now, if someone's gonna say they didn't know how many people were gonna show up, at least take your top 5 biggest influencers and divide them by 12 maybe, and look at that number, and that's probably what you can guarantee for at least those people to come up. And then you also people who are just like, oh, new gym, cool, I want to go check it out, maybe I can meet some people, maybe I can network. The video itself does not look good, and at the end of the day you have people pissed off inside, and then the people outside are also pissed off, because then it's like, okay, cool, so if I'm not an influencer, I'm not going to get to stay and work out. Then there was a bunch of videos being posted that are now being looked into of people doing bench presses, sumo lifts, things like that.
Hey, you kids, do you want to play the no copyright claim song? It goes like this. I don't want to be claimed,
'cause I have bills to pay.
Ba-da-da-da. Anyways, yeah, here's just more videos. This is just a bunch that I found and compiled. And
If I let
people
this
doing
dry and
lives
go over
insane
with like
ways.
black
Some of
shit, my
these
computer
I've
turned
been
off.
told are not using the proper bars. This
If
one
I
I
let
think
this
is
dry and
fine.
go over it with black, do you think
The
that'll
other
like
one
help
is
it at
using a
all?
lift bar,
Or
and he's doing squats with it. And then
is that what
here's
you're supposed to
someone being
do?
slapped in the face.
I don't know what I'm doing with colored
These
pencil.
girls are just
This
showing
is colored
the
pencil.
gym
My
opening
dumbass.
and how crowded it is.
Now again, I want to reiterate, I'm not a gym bro. That being said, the curve in some of these bars could flip a flat earther. And there's also much more qualified people talking about how these lifts were using the improper equipment, we're using the equipment wrong, we're using it unsafely, damaging equipment, things like that. Again, the door got broken. So much of this could have been fixed if you had some form of a door system, like someone standing there or a handful of people standing there with security to check people in, or at least keep track of how many people were in there. Because it sounds like it was a free-for-all to get inside, and then, oh wait, that's too many people, stop it. Keep them out, and then 2 people inside, give them time to get out, and then that leads to a lot of the issues and things like that. There were people who made it inside to both events who did seem to have a good time. Now that does not mean that they are wrong for having a good time because they got it
like
for whatever
Watercolor?
reason, or they were invited. And so obviously it's like with Revolve Fest, the people who had a great time at Revolve Fest because they were the ones that made it inside, and then the people who didn't get it inside are like, no, I had a horrible time, here's how bad it was, everyone inside is lying. And it's like, both things can be true, okay? There are people who can have a great time at this event, and there can be people who had a terrible time at this event and were genuinely felt unsafe and felt ripped off and all this stuff. Mainly the comments that I saw for those videos were, great, it looks like another tripod plan. Like, it's just gonna be a bunch of people who wanna look hot on the internet and try and get followers versus actually being interested in working out, is what the majority of the sentiment that I saw at the time. Then I saw the Fusion Gym videos. These look very bad. Now, Fusion Gym was in Philadelphia, and this one was heavily promoted, the building of the gym leading up to it.
So this weekend we checked out the new Fusion Gyms in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this right here is the best gym I've ever seen in my life. As you can tell, the place is huge. Before we get into the gym, let's talk about the things it has that other gyms don't. It has a full barbershop with a lounge and a salon for the ladies. You can literally get a chop at the gym. This is crazy. They got a full-size cafeteria called Fusion Fresh, and it's basically going to be a Chipotle with macro-friendly foods. And it even has a separate entrance so you don't have to go through the gym. They got a Drake-inspired indoor basketball court, and they're going to have 2 outdoor courts. They got a full fight
Why would it
club
be
area
Drake
with a full
inspired
boxing
for
ring,
basketball
octagon, all
court?
the
Is
equipment you would
Drake's
need
not a
plus
basketball
function
player,
area.
he's a
It doesn't matter
musician.
what kind of athlete you are, this gym got something for you. Now let's get into the actual gym.
Trying to
It has every
record,
set
and it's
cable
probably
machine you
A
can think of,
minor.
plus 10 cable towers with attachments. Literally, you don't have to wait
The
till you see any
machine-
machine.
that fucking-
Then down the middle is a 100-yard turf field. What other gym you know got a 100-yard turf in the middle? I don't even know how many power racks these are, but y'all can tell it's hellas. And each power rack got a deadlift platform, T-bar row, Smith machine, and Ohio deadlift bars.
The whole pitch, it seemed, was that it was bigger than Alpha
So I'm gonna let this dry.
I'm not
This-
gonna
someone
name.
take
I
a
literally don't
screenshot.
know the name
Doesn't this
Swamp
look good?
Entertainment, so I can't give them any
It looks-
hard time about the name.
Should I make this a
Apparently
comment
they spent
instead?
something like $10
Oh my
million
Should I just abandon
on the
them?
gym and had a plan
Is that what I
of
should
how
do?
they were going to be able to recoup
I'm gonna let
that
it dry,
in the
and I'm gonna
first
think about it.
year.
So we spent $10 million building
It's
this
been 8
facility.
minutes.
It's going
It's
to take
been
us
8
1
minutes.
year to recoup our full investment. Let me give you a basic
seems okay,
breakdown of
I
our
guess.
memberships. We have one that's $70 a month. We have one that's $100
Is that
a month.
raining or is that
Our median
fireworks?
price point is $85 a month. Our goal is to sign up 10,000
So
members.
I'm
10,000
gonna
members times $85 a month equals
set this right
$850,000
here.
a month. Over the course
You
of a
guys
year,
can watch
it's a little
paint
over
dry.
$10 million. That
I don't wanna
doesn't
end the stream and then
include
come
our
back.
barbershop, our
That seems
salon,
stupid.
our restaurant, our
Maybe
retail
I
store.
should.
That's just memberships.
Listen, if I was someone who's
Look,
been
I got a
interested
cut
in
from
the
work.
gym, I'm sure I would watch this video
you see that?
and have an orgasm, okay? This is probably porn to someone. To me, I'm just like, why is it all this color scheme? $10 million. Oh my god. So the video that I originally saw from Fusion Gym was from this
ASMR.
girl, Carly. Now, Carly...
So, do you guys think I should make this a
I'm
comment
sorry,
instead?
I'm not laughing
Can you
at
see
Carly.
it? Can
I'm
you see like a
thinking
comment?
about the follow-up video from the Gym Fusion account.
A comment?
About
Or should I
Carly
just go with the
and
Starry
how it
Night
might
tree
be
thing?
one of
Because I
the
think if I
worst
put black over,
response
that's
videos I have seen from an organizer
I'm gonna look up
in a
comments.
while. Not the worst ever, but the worst in a while. Because I think you definitely lost a couple of people who may have come and joined if they saw that video. If you're smart, you'll take it down. At the time of me recording this, it's still up. I was able to download it today.
To shout out Fusion Gym for getting us here at 8:30 in the morning, and then kicking everybody out after waiting in line till 1 p.m. But making sure to let all the influencers.
I think it's
in,
just
and then bring
fireworks
the
because it's the 4th of
But
July.
people who waited can't
I'm gonna
come,
look
or
up
they just
comics.
answer it. Shout out
Not comics, comments. Comment.
Carly posted her
I'm gonna look
original
up a
video
comment.
while she was at Fusion
Comment.
Gym.
COMET.
Understandable. I've done the same thing.
So,
This is what's happening, so that if anyone starts searching
almost
the
wrong.
gym, yours video
It's
is the first one to
scraped
pop
in there.
up. From a social media stance, I get it. I get the timing. But she then later posted a vlog of the full day, showing when she got up, getting ready to go, her friends picking her up, getting in line at the gym, how long they waited, the crowds around them being told you were not allowed to go inside, they're canceling the event. Her and her other friend left to go get food because they were starving by 1:30. Their other friend stayed and ended up getting in after they were told the event was canceled. So her friends ended up getting in, and she and her other friend ended up not getting in because they left. Now, that does not mean that her initial video is a lie. It just means that that was taken at the time that it happened. And then she later got more information because later her friends got in after they decided to stay. That does not make her original video false because they left. And I'm assuming a lot of other people left because a lot of other people were told the event has been canceled. You need to all leave. No one else is coming inside. Multiple people have said that. So just because more people did end up getting in does not mean that everyone else who said that it was canceled was wrong. Now I really want to show you the worst response video. I don't know if this guy's the owner. I don't know if he's the manager. I don't know what his deal is. But he's posting from the official Fusion Gym account. From a business perspective, this is an impressively stupid response. And I do agree with the comments who says the guy talks like he just learned how to swear because it sounds very awkward when he says swear words.
Fusion Gym for getting us here at 8:30 in the morning, and then kicking everybody out after waiting in line till 1 p.m.
Man, fuck Carly. She's a goddamn liar.
Fuck Carly, she's a goddamn liar. Before I show the rest of the video, I want to pause with that statement. I think Carly has about 600,000 followers on TikTok. Now, I've talked a lot about the numbers on TikTok and what that actually means for people and if that's actually a legitimate number of success and if that actually shows influence and things like that, but kind of not the point here. You know what? Genuinely surprised I have not had a video like this made about me. Maybe there will be one day. Maybe after this. Maybe this guy's gonna make a video about me too. Fuck Swell Entertainment. She's a goddamn liar. Carly, I would print this out. I would find a way to print this out and frame it because it's impressive how you got this guy so pressed. You know what would be an infinitely better way to start off this video? Hey guys, we want to address some of the claims made in Carly's videos. There you go. Respectful. Calm. No one can say that you got mad at a young woman. The comments on that video are all, I'm Team Carly. This makes me believe her more. Let me play the rest of the video for you.
If you got here at 8:30 in the morning, you would have been the first group of 1,000 people that we let into the building.
But making sure to let all the influencers in.
It was weird how she said that there's only influencers in this building. This gym is 70,000 square feet and there was thousands of people in here fucking working out and having a great
Super
time. Watch this clip.
Super Spy! How is there more people? I get a cupcake. Oh, if I knock this over, I'm gonna be pissed. I do not want it clean frosting off the fucking floor.
And then she said we kicked everyone out. That didn't fucking happen. The gym was open until 7 p.m. and everyone had a fucking blast.
I'm here.
We were just
I'm
not
back.
allowed to let more people in because the people that were waiting
Back
in line outside
again.
did not know how to act. So
Look what I did. I put an eraser on my speaker so then it could sit up more.
What she said.
So it's not
Because
like
everyone
flat.
outside didn't know how to act. Again, it's giving
put that back.
TanaCon. 10,000 people showed up without tickets.
Cupcake.
It's same.
Red, white, and blue.
It's so easy to put
Red, white, and blue, motherfucker.
on the people who didn't make the cut. You know, it's so easy to put it on
I need to
them.
calm down.
And I think that the
I wonder if this is dark enough for
is the literal when
my
I
white pen to
see
show
one
up.
security
Because
guard
that's actually why I was doing it. It shows a dark thing because of that.
Toxic, because she's just looking for fucking clout and she's just fucking looking for views.
So I can't do
All
black
those
right
people that
away.
were inside that saw that video, she
Let me move
did
this
comment
back.
on her fucking post. And guess what she did? She turned the fucking comments off because everyone knows she's a fucking liar. Our event was such a fucking hit and so many people wanted to come that couldn't come
Thinks
on
it's
Sunday.
too white
Guess
for-
what? We're extending the open house
too white.
all month
It's
long.
too
absolutely
wet for my
free.
pen.
Everybody come enjoy the greatest gym in the
But I can probably
motherfucking
layer
world.
it now, I
I'm trying
think.
to flip it around to make it like a commentary on the culture that this is wrong. This is what's wrong with people on TikTok.
Problem is I have
and
to clean my
social
brush,
media.
but like when it's
people
too
like Carly
wet,
looking
it just
for
fucks
clout.
up everything.
I mean, I think she was upset. I
Isn't
think that's very
watercolor so
clear in the
pretty?
video. I think she's not happy. And I think you're allowed to share your opinions when you're not happy, okay? You are a business. People are going to have issues with you. That's going to happen, especially when you have this clusterfuck of an event. opening. So what seemed to happen is that the cops ended up being called because there was a crowd and it was crazy, okay, and then the cops tried to keep everything calm. Fire marshal came and said, you got to shut it down. I don't know what the capacity is of this building, but like the fire marshal here in California is crazy about capacity, which is understandable. I heard capacity was 475 for this gym at some point. That doesn't seem right because this is a massive gym, and it does seem like there's at least more than 400 people in some of these clips, but it does seem very packed in some places. This person is talking about how they did not make it inside because what would happen is they would let people's family members in, people who knew the organizers, influencers in who didn't get there in time for the opening.
Grand opening started at 10, and Mike, Joe, and I got there around 9:45 to the line. And at this point, it was already a few hundreds, maybe over 1,000.
Oh, it was my computer. I saw something at the corner of my eye flick off. I was like, is that my phone?
And
Did
they
I
let
stop
in a wave
streaming?
of 450 people in, and then the gym was at capacity. And they told us that in 90 minutes, that the people inside would be swapped out for another round of 450.
I think I just fucked it up, is what I did.
However, that didn't happen. Around
I think if I
11:30,
just
we
do
heard the same 90 minutes. And then around 12:30, we heard a 45-minute announcement. But then shortly after that, the cops were there and the whole thing was getting shut down. We were told the event was over to go home or to go to the other gym. No one was organizing us to stay in a line. So what had happened was, here are the doors. Everyone formed like a clump around the doors instead of staying in a line. Occasionally, the doors would open to let someone in. I don't know if it was an influencer, a worker, family, someone.
Oh yeah, that's the
People
firework.
who weren't in the line. And when the doors would open, the clump would see the doors open and everyone would just start rushing to the front. The people in the middle were just getting smushed.
This was commented on Nella's video, and who is the girl that I just showed, the blonde, talking about how there were people getting crushed and all this stuff. And again, crowd crush is a big deal. This happens at concerts and things like that. It's what's hurt a lot of people. In the last couple of years, people have died because of crowd crush. This crowd, specifically with Fusion,
Does it
was
look more
unsafe.
like a comment now?
They should have had crowd control. They should have had more security guards. The number I heard for security guards for the entire event was 3 and about 15 employees. That is not enough people. You should have had people outside doing crowd control. You should have had people at the door doing crowd control. And then you should have people inside making sure no one's killing each other.
They just fucked it up.
3 security guards on it for a gym this size. Normally, that's not enough. Gyms can have a lot of different conflicting emotions. I don't think it's a good idea to have 3 security guards at all. I think you need more. Now here's a video from someone named Arita. She is showing that she made it inside the first set of doors and got stuck outside of the second set of doors, which is fucking worse.
Nah, this is so fucking bad. This is so fucking bad.
$5. That's enough to make a
I
difference.
keep getting this
in
fucking
election.
ad of Obama
If every single person
begging,
watching
wait,
this
of
pitched in
Barack
$5
begging,
right now,
on his
North
hands and knees,
Carolina would have
begging,
resources they need.
crying, slobbering, spitting up, throwing up for fucking $5. Leave me alone, Obama. Leave me alone.
My heart
You
is
don't
like
have
fucking
money,
breaking.
and you know that. You know I'm on Obamacare.
Wow. I don't know how the fuck I made it in.
I'm fucking up on my coders, and I don't give a fuck, 'cause art is subjective.
These doors need space to open. What do you think is going to happen if enough people get crammed inside that space and no one can open the doors and no one can get out? This is so fucking unsafe. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. You guys are so goddamn lucky
They need to
no
get
one
new-
was severely injured. You guys are so lucky no one fainted and got trampled. She later said in another video that she was anxious. She was 4'11" and that she was worried about other people in the
Thank
crowd
you.
and things like that because she was worried for herself. Because people were being dickheads.
I think it's
to her
raining
about her
now.
voice. It's like, and your screaming is making it worse. She did manage to make it inside those doors, but then there's literally people holding the doors shut as people are trying to squeeze in even further. God. Now I know what you're thinking, Amanda, they had to have had some form of a check-in process. Like, people made it inside, so they had to have had some form of, crowd control at the start because people made it inside, no problem. I want to show you this video to show exactly how they opened the doors at the start of the day. filming, propping open the doors. Come on in. And you're surprised people were rushing, and there's already a ton of people inside, and I'm assuming these were a bunch of influencers.
But being on the inside and knowing what was going on, I have a whole different perspective on it. The way that I planned to go is they're going to let 400 people in every 90 minutes. And every 90 minutes, they're going to recycle a new set of people in and out of the gym. And everybody in line knew this. But the people that were coming in were reckless and had no regard for the equipment inside. People were putting holes in the walls, breaking equipment and mirrors on day one.
And then they sit there, they're like, wait, who is here? I want to see here. One, I think at this part as well, it would have been smart to have them already spread out throughout the gym to kind of draw the crowd away so that there wasn't already a crunch right at the start of the entrance. That would have been smarter. Didn't do that.
Greatest grand opening of any gym in the fucking world. It was incredible, bringing the entire fitness community together here in Fearless Hills. The event far exceeded our expectations. We were not expecting 5,000 people from all over to come to our event. We were allowing massive groups of people to come in at a time for 90-minute periods. We had 4 armed security guards, we had 15 people on staff, because we wanted to be the best experience for each and every single one of the people that actually
watercolor
arrived.
paper, so I don't know why it's doing this little
They're
thing.
contradicting themselves on their
I
own
get it's
TikTok.
cheap watercolor.
They said
It's
we were letting
Sam's. It's
massive
Sam's
groups of people
watercolor
come in
paper.
at a
It's
time
Costco
for
watercolor
90-minute
paper.
periods. Other videos where you
That's
said we
probably
weren't
why.
allowed to let anyone else in because
I am a
they
bit
didn't know how
disappointed
to
with this
act.
though.
So everyone that was inside got to stay
People who
till
are here
7
now, it was
p.m.
way
Doesn't
better.
seem
Like
to
10
be
minutes ago
making
before I
a ton of
continued doing
sense.
this.
You're contradicting yourself.
Towards the end of the event, shit got out of hand. People that were showing up at the very end, they did not want to comply with the rules and regulations that we had set forth. They created a mosh pit around the entrance. No one wanted to get in line. They were talking shit to the police. They were throwing fucking trash at the police. At that point, the police said, you know what? Fuck y'all. You guys gotta go home.
At the end of the event, shit got out of hand. So they're trying to say that it wasn't until the end of things that things got out of hand and people started getting crazy. But then again, they're saying that people stayed till 7 p.m. So when was the end of the event supposed to be? Again, you're not... Hire a PR person. You should not be doing this. They did not want to follow the rules and regulations we had set forth. What were these rules and regulations? Have your phone out and ready to go? Show us your follower count at the door. If you're showing of people getting crazy, that's clearly not at 7 p.m. It's pretty bright outside. Something important. When did the police show up? Why were the police involved? You guys can request that the police come to be keepers of the peace. Why did the police go? Did you call them? Was it the crowding from your event? We're skipping pockets of information is all I know. They did end up opening their Grand Avenue location, which is their other fusion location apparently, and sent a bunch of influencers there to try and alleviate the crowd. That is something that probably should have done sooner, but obviously they're there for the grand opening. I think what really should have happened here is that you guys should have had 2 events. A lot of venues do this. They do a
I'm gonna let it
preview
dry
event where
and
you
then I'm
bring all the
gonna...
influencers there. You encourage them to make content. Hey guys, make whatever content you want. That's your only involvement for getting in, you know? And then
Wait, let
you
me do
do
this
that
first.
before the grand opening, so you build hype for the grand opening. Then you do the separate grand opening, and you do not promote that influencers are going to be there. Having them there, cool, so-and-so says they're pulling up, you know?
I think with
but
watercolors,
don't promote that this is
the
gonna be
annoying
like a
part
meet
is
and greet,
less
come
is
and meet all
more.
these creators type of
I'm
thing.
just
This
not
is what I'm
used to
saying
that.
for a lot of these influencers at the end of the day. If
Bye.
I was one of these influencers, I'd be pissed
Thank you.
right